Tired of cramming every detail into a 1080p screen just to have those tiny textures blur together? Or wrestling with motion blur that makes fast-paced shooters feel like you're moving through molasses? You're not alone. Many gamers and creators hit that wall when they finally upgrade off a standard monitor and discover the next bottleneck is still the display. I ran into that exact frustration after my old 27-inch 144Hz panel finally gave out, and that's why I was eager to try Samsung's newest 27-inch Odyssey G8. The moment I plugged it in, everything clicked into a sharper, faster picture, and the problem I'd been fighting for months seemed to disappear. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been using the G80HF model for a few weeks now, so I wanted to walk through what actually matters day to day, not just the spec sheet. First off, the dual-mode 5K resolution, 5120 by 2880, works in a clever way. It can split the panel into two 2560 by 1440 windows, each with its own independent refresh rate. That means you can run a high frame rate competitive game on one half at 360 Hz while keeping a streaming chat or a browsing window on the other side without sacrificing smoothness. It feels like having two monitors in one sleek frame, and the extra pixel density of 218 ppi makes text and UI elements look genuinely crisp, whether you're reading code or scanning a map in an RPG. The fast IPS panel delivers a 180 Hz native refresh and a 1 millisecond gray-to-gray response time, which translates into buttery smooth motion for fast shooters like Valorant or Apex Legends. I've noticed that enemy movement feels less like a smear and more like a clean, pinpointed hitbox, which can change the outcome of a match. Because the screen supports NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility, any screen tearing that usually shows up when the GPU spikes disappears. Even if your rig isn't a top-tier RTX card, the monitor's adaptive sync helps keep the frame pacing consistent, which is a relief when you're pushing a high refresh rate title without a massive graphics budget. HDR10 Plus gaming is another feature that feels less like a buzzword and more like a genuine visual upgrade. In titles that support HDR, like Cyberpunk 2077, the Odyssey G8 pushes deeper blacks and brighter highlights, so the neon-lit streets of Night City look richer and more immersive. I've also used the monitor for content creation. Editing HDR footage in Premiere Pro makes the grading process more accurate because the colors you see on the screen match the final output more closely. The wide 178-degree viewing angle ensures that anyone sitting off to the side still sees the same colors, which is handy for collaborative work or when you're streaming and want the camera to capture a consistent picture. Another practical benefit is the ergonomics. The stand offers height adjustment, tilt, swivel, and even a full pivot, so you can switch between landscape and portrait modes without needing a separate mount. I spend long hours tweaking my strategy in multiplayer maps, and being able to raise the screen to eye level and angle it perfectly helps reduce neck strain. The multiple input options, DisplayPort 2.1, HDMI 2.1, and a USB-C port that can carry video, make it easy to connect a gaming PC, a console, and even a laptop all at once. I've got my PC on DisplayPort for the high-refresh gaming, my Xbox Series X on HDMI for console nights, and the USB-C connection for quick laptop work sessions, all without swapping cables. When it comes to audio, the built-in speakers are modest, but they're decent enough for quick game. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Samsung 27-inch Odyssey G8, G80HF, gaming monitor 5K resolution, fast IPS, 180 Hz, dual-mode QHD 360 Hz, 218 ppi, DP 2.1, HDR10 Plus gaming, 1 millisecond, G-Sync compatible, has /tilt swivel pivot stand, LS27HG802 EFXZA sounds impressive on paper. But weather strengths like Samsung's 27 Odyssey G8 G80HF gaming monitor and 5K resolution, 5120 by 2880 DLG 2560 by 1440, and pixel density of actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile. After the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like Samsung 27-inch Odyssey G8, G80HF, Gaming monitor 5K resolution, fast IPS, 180Hz, dual mode QHD 360Hz, 218 ppi, DP 2.1. HDR10 plus gaming, 1 millisecond, G-Sync compatible, has /tilt swivel pivot stand. LS27HG802EFXZA usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.